Following our much-vaunted dawn of democracy, much has happened to unravel the tapestry of South Africa. I think that's fair comment. Now, a new summit focused on creating a robust platform for tough conversations that will, says the organizer, enable us to get our nation brand back on track is in the mix. The convener of the Brand Summit is Solly Moeng, who joins us now from Cape Town. Solly, a very warm welcome to you. So what then is the broad thinking behind this event?
Well, you know, countries are like brands. Countries compete for foreign direct investments. They compete for tourism. They compete for all sorts of collaboration at global level on that requires the injection of funds. And for them to be attractive to foreign investors, to tourists, to other levels of collaboration, they have to be appealing. They have to be countries that can be trusted, that they can be done business with. And South Africa, over the past 10 years, has lost that appeal. We need to remember that we are not alone. We don't exist in a vacuum. We're competing against other countries in the middle income sector, in the developing sector. People don't have to come to South Africa. We have to make them come here. And in order for them to come here, we have to be the kind of country that attracts them.
It's not your contention, though, that Brand South Africa has been irrevocably damaged, surely. We are a very robust country with immense potential, and that, for instance, has been recognised by the Moody's Ratings Agency just a few days ago.
Well, the Moody's Ratings Agency has given a thumbs up to President Ramaphosa's recent actions, you know, in the state and state-owned entities and the changes at Treasury and all that. But it doesn't mean that people are not asking questions still about whether or not corruption levels are so high in South Africa that we become like any other country. People are asking questions even about the water. I've just been returned from the World Communication Forum in Geneva, and people are asking whether they should be coming to South Africa because of the water problem. They've been asking about the land issue. Well, how is it managed? Are we going to become another Zimbabwe? So countries also have to, like all, you know, brand communication doesn't stop at products and services. It also comes to countries. So what Moody's has done is good, but it's very specific. It doesn't mean that there isn't a lot of work to be done by South Africa, by South Africans, to reposition themselves as a people to be done business with.
So what sort of conversations do you want to seed, given that these are also happening in many other forums right now? And I would also suggest to you that you're not going to fix Brand South Africa in a two-day event.
No, look, we're going to. There are a number of sectors that impact on the narrative that makes South Africa. Countries are very, very complex brands because it's not just the politics. Of course, the political arena plays a hugely important role because it's in your face every day. The political leaders of any country represent, they are visible globally. But the business sector also has a role to play. The community sector has a role to play. If you think about it, about 10, 20 years ago, maybe 15, we used to say that with a degree from South Africa, with an engineering degree from South Africa or a medical degree from South Africa, you could go anywhere in the world and nobody would ask you any questions. Is it the case anymore? There have been a lot of negative discussions about the quality of education in South Africa. The sporting field, the sports, it's very important. The companies from South Africa working in places like Nigeria or Canada or UK, are people proud to say, I work for a South African company? In the same way that South Africans like to boast that they work for an American company, an Australian company, etc., here. So we need to look at all those touch points of a country brand and see to what extent we are represented in a way that is good, that will help us grow an inclusive economy.
So finally then, what are the logistics of the event? It takes place in Cape Town. Tell us when and ideally who should be sitting in that audience.
It's going to happen on Thursday the 3rd and Friday the 5th of May. And it's going to be opened by Chief Justice Mogoeng. We have business leaders like Bonang Mohale, the chairman from the Business Leadership South Africa. The chairman of Woolies, Simon Sussman, is going to be there. Advocate Thuli Madonsela is going to be there. So we have an array of business from South Africa, but also global. The key thing is we also have a global component that is consisting of people from Russia, from Geneva, from Canada, from India, from Kenya, from Rwanda. All these people they're watching South Africa from outside. So they all are going to come here to say, this is how we look at you, this is how we think you should be doing things. So anyone who is interested in branding really globally, brand communications, country brand, business development, CEOs of companies are welcome to be part of these discussions, because it's about the health of South Africa's brand image, impacts on the performance of all of these sectors. So they have to be part of the conversations, to contribute to the discussions, and tell us how they see it from their perspective. We all have something to learn from it.
All about recalibrating South Africa's brand. It's called the Brand Summit, and the convener, Solly Moeng, in Cape Town for Mags on Media. Thank you very much indeed. Now, we're playing out this week with a musical masterpiece from award-winning director Spike Jonze for Apple's HomePod, featuring British dancer and musician FKA Twigs. The short film, entitled Welcome Home, conveys, as you'll see, an emotional journey through movement. It also provides a strong metaphor for how music can help transform one's headspace. Until next time, goodbye to you, and thank you for watching.
Hey Siri, play me something I'd like.
Okay.
We stayed up all night watching a comedy show. Dead Edge whiskey and hydro. Good Lord, what a nice conversation. I'm too flawed to get anywhere safely. You know I talk about you highly. I'm fascinated for the time being. We can laugh until the morning, or we can dance in the hallway. Only one more night in Los Angeles. I really thought that I can handle it, but the funny thing is I was holding back tears. I didn't think this day would happen. I gave all this up for a chance at it. You would've thought I'd be the man for this, but the funny thing is we can never say it. I didn't think this day would happen. I'ma ride it till it's over. 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 And don't all this new music sound the same? Yeah, we must be getting old and gray. We left early, girl, that bad with anyway. We went home and left our clothes up in the living space. Say, would you say if your heart had the power? Or would you run and find another life to imitate? It's important that we make the best of short time. You can never be my one and only anyway. I'ma ride it till it's over.